Hey there, welcome to Tea Time Tangles, where every story comes steeped in emotion and served with a twist of drama. Today we dive into the heartfelt world of The Duke's Masked Wife, a web novel filled with love, secrets, and unforgettable moments. Written by Violet167, this is your front row seat to a story that just might tangle around your heart. So sit back, sip something warm, and let's begin. Chapter 2, Contract Marriage. Did your father set this up? Edgar asked. It was the only plausible explanation. My father has no idea I'm out here speaking to you, Duke Edgar, Alessandra replied truthfully. I've already told you. The party is inside. No one was supposed to see me passing through. He won't be pleased to find you here with me. Few people had ever laid eyes on the Baron's eldest daughter. Desmond kept Alessandra out of sight, seeing no value in a child cloaked in rumours and a mask. Everything I say right now has nothing to do with my father. Whether you believe me is up to you. I'm not interested in marrying for love. I only want to leave this place and never look back. What is it then? Edgar asked, extinguishing his cigar against the stone wall. Has your father arranged for you to marry a man far older than you? Or is he sending you somewhere you don't want to go? It must be something drastic if you're asking a stranger to marry you. It's suffocating here. My father has forgotten I exist. I don't care about your looks, your money, or anything else others might chase after. I only see you as an escape, she said, finally explaining why she had approached him. Their encounter had been unexpected, but Alessandra didn't want to leave without at least presenting her proposal. I've heard my family mention how the king wishes you to marry, she continued. For a man who doesn't desire romance, I might be the perfect match. I'll live like a ghost, quiet, obedient, and without love. Is that so? Edgar said. For once, he didn't find the claim unbelievable. Still, he wasn't ready to entertain the idea of marrying her. It wouldn't be hard for me to find an actress to play the role of my wife. If it were that easy, you would have done it already, Alessandra replied, seeing through his bluff. You likely need someone the king would accept. If this is all a game the king is playing with you, choosing a wife like me would make him regret it. A faint smirk tugged at Edgar's lips. You're sharp. This is why I keep telling people not to believe rumors. They say Alessandra Barrett is a timid girl who runs at the first sign of company. And you're said to be a monster, but you sound human to me, Alessandra replied. I do what I must to survive here. If you're not interested in my offer, I'll leave you be. She took a step forward, then paused, waiting for an answer. When Edgar didn't respond, she took another step, assuming he had no interest. But then he surprised her. Meet me at my residence tomorrow, he said. We'll discuss this further, and then I'll give you my answer. Alessandra spun around so quickly she nearly stumbled. She hadn't expected him to consider her offer, let alone invite her to his home. I don't leave this estate, she admitted. I gathered as much, given how you were sneaking around. Consider it a test. I want to see how determined you really are, Edgar said. I'm afraid our conversation must end here. I've stayed in your home longer than I intended. It was a pleasure speaking with you, Alessandra. Hopefully we'll see each other again soon. He turned and walked back inside to find her father. Alessandra's heart pounded as she thought about how she'd managed to meet the Duke tomorrow. At least he seemed to be taking her seriously, unless, of course, he planned to mock her in front of others. Still, she whispered to herself, we shall see each other tomorrow. Duke Edgar, who are you speaking to? Asked Kate Barrett, the Baron's younger daughter, as she stepped outside. She had heard the Duke was alone and came out to keep him company, but seeing him walk away from her older sister made her boil. Kate prided herself on her appearance. She was the spitting image of her mother. Blonde hair, blue eyes, traits she believed made her superior to everyone else. Dressed like a porcelain doll, Kate had begged her father for a moment alone with the Duke, but Alessandra had stolen it from her. I hope she didn't offend you, Duke Edgar. She wasn't supposed to be out here, Kate said with a glare directed at her sister, silently warning her to run. Edgar paused beside Kate. She hasn't offended me, not like your father has. Thank goodness she... It might be because I'm an only child, Edgar interrupted. But shouldn't you be referring to her as your sister? Or at least use her name? He immediately picked up on their tension. The younger sister clearly held contempt for the elder. While the Duke spoke, Alessandra took the opportunity to flee before either of them could stop her. She wished Kate had just stayed inside. Now that her sister knew she had spoken with the Duke, all hell would break loose by morning. Edgar listened to the sound of her retreating footsteps while Kate struggled to find a convincing answer to his question. You're right, Duke Edgar, Kate said, regaining her composure. It's probably because you don't have siblings. We bicker and do petty things, but I love my sister. She's just shy and awkward. That's why I was concerned she might have offended you. She put on her mask of sisterly affection, determined to appear as the perfect candidate for his wife. If that helps you sleep at night, Edgar replied, already bored with the act. He wished he could switch places with Alessandra rather than be stuck here with Kate. You know, Duke, she said, clinging to his arm to slow him down, I was hoping for a moment alone with you. I'd like to show you that I'd make an excellent wife. Edgar sighed, clearly irritated. Kate had no idea how to take a hint. The Baron and his wife had raised her like a pampered princess, but Edgar had dealt with real royalty, and he knew exactly how to handle her type. Is there some misunderstanding that I'm looking for a wife who exists solely to please me? He said coldly, swatting her hands away. If anyone saw them like this, rumors would surely spread, and Edgar wasn't interested in adding fuel to the fire. I'm sorry, Kate stammered, stunned by his rejection. Most men would leap to the chance to receive such attention. You visit the red light district, don't you? Edgar shrugged. Who's to say I don't go there just to read a book? It's awfully loud there. I work better surrounded by noise. But do tell, how do you know how loud it is? Edgar grinned as realization dawned on her face. What would the Baron's daughter be doing in such a place? Or are you simply repeating gossip? No, you're misunderstanding, Kate stammered. She had never actually visited the district. Understand this, Kate. What you're doing will never entice me, Edgar said flatly. Besides, I've already received a better offer. Excuse me. And with that, he left Kate behind, confused, embarrassed, and completely rejected. And that was another chapter of The Duke's Masked Wife, where hearts clash, fates collide, and nothing is ever simple. If this story has your heart fluttering or your emotions reeling, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more chapters here at Tea Time Tangles. Until we meet again, may your tea stay warm and your heart stay open. I'll see you next time.